What's going on, folks? It's Fizz here. We're back with another video. And we're going to talk about a short discussion on dedication. And where I think most people flaw in their goals. Most people flaw those because they don't actually do their goals. And then another flaw would be is people just aren't putting their time into it, which is energy. Time or energy, they're both pretty much synchronous. Whatever you want to do, find what you want to really do, and then dedicate your time into that. That should be your number one priority. And it's best to attack things, a nice little quick tip, which it isn't really a quick tip, but well, it is, but it's bigger than a quick tip, is to do things when they arouse to you. So if you just get an image of wanting to paint a picture, you should go do it in that moment, so you don't forget about it, or the burst of creativity doesn't drown out. You ever want to do something and then a little bit later don't want to do it no more? There you go. That's exactly it. Happens all the time. Happens to everybody. It's happened to me too. But you should react all that impulse to do it. Whatever it is that you want to do. Aside from that tip, dedication just means putting all your energy into it. Like, really into it. There's not going to be like, what's the worst that can happen? I don't like saying that either, but it is true, because you're only going to get benefits. If you're putting time and energy into something that you want to put it into, then it just makes sense. It makes sense just hearing it, because it's going to bring back that reconnection. It's going to synchronize. It's going to be a cycle. You're going to get what you reap, whatever it is. Such as somebody who never planted tomatoes in their life, or just wanted to plant some tomatoes, and he planted 100 tomatoes. The first 99 might have not grew, but the 100th one did. And then he learned from all those other ones. Everything actually is a lesson, and it's practice, and you can also learn anything from anybody. There's always going to be a lesson, and it doesn't have to be a person either. There's lessons all around. Everybody has some use, is what I'm saying. Everyone has something to contribute to the table. It might not seem like it, and you don't need to necessarily extract that out of somebody. It may not be prevalent when the message is going on. You may never get it from that person. That's fine, but don't think of people as a commodity. You should love everybody, but you don't have to put love and time to everything. It's just more so a feeling. You can't change somebody that doesn't want to change. That's why you got to put the change to yourself. You are the dedication. Whatever it is, people will realize your dedication. Then everything will prosper in your life. Like a flower, you will bloom. Like a tomato, you will grow. No one really is perfect on the first time. Perfect is just something to aim for, but it's never real. Because when something is perfect, like let's say an artist, a musician it can be an artist or painter too, makes a really good painting, or someone has a radio hit. Then they're always comparing that, oh, that was their best hit, their other stuff isn't that good. Usually what happens is people lose the drive, they lose the dedication, they get caught up in the sex, the money, the drugs. They were never in it for a real reason at all, or a dedicated reason, which it happens all the time. And this is what I was saying, like most people, almost the number one problem is people are just not acting upon it. And when it gets to them, or when they have drive, not doing it, just doing other things. It's completely them. It's up to them. And two, they're just not dedicated. Like some people, people aren't dedicated. They're doing other things. Your number one priority should be the thing you're doing most of the time. And you might not have to do it that much in the future, productivity, because as you put in so much productivity, you'll learn, and this is all around the boards. It's not just one music or art or baking, cooking, or a job, working out, fitness. It's not just an all, it comes together as a life. It's kind of like a lifestyle. It really is when we look at the dynamics of it. It's not just one thing. It could build on to things for people, and that spreads into a wildfire of dynamic, cool things. And because when you do so much productivity and you put so much energy and time, eventually something that takes 10 hours now only takes you an hour to do. Now you just, someone who writes songs, now they just write songs instead of an hour or two, they write songs in like 30 minutes, sometimes 15. Someone who lays bricks, they can lay a whole line of bricks and they used to take 2 hours. Again, now they take like 15, 30 minutes. It's because they put so much time and energy. There's so much, they reap so much more than they sow. And they're just producing way more. They're working more efficiently. And that's how it should be. You don't want to work harder. You want to work smarter. Don't ever do something you don't want to do. And I say this all the time, but a lot of people do that. If it's not fun doing, then why do it at all? You shouldn't do a job that you don't want to do just for money. There's going to be repercussions. There will be. If you have to, okay, then you have to, whatever the predicament is. But that's not the end all do all. But you need to make time and dedicate whatever it is. Because the more frequently you do something, you're going to get better and you're going to get better. Everyone knows this basically. But I really wanted to touch on the dedication. But before we really dive into that, because we're going to finish up here shortly. A baby, when it walks or crawls or tries to make words, it's trying. It's practicing. It's all practice. You're never done. No one ever said you're done. Just because I learned a bunch of words, I'm still learning new words, new vocabulary, new ways to say words, different languages, different accents, cadence, rhythms, higher pitches, which is kind of cadence anyway, but just different way of saying things. And there's different languages. And I never said this is the finish line, like, okay, I learned all my ABCs, this is it, They're just like it never ends. There is no such thing as a journey, which is another video I'm gonna do, because there is no such thing as a journey. There is in a sense, but your journey is, you wanna be living every moment of that journey. You want it to be good. Your journey is not gonna suck. It might suck and things might not turn out as you expected, or they might just freaking suck. But the thing is, make sure you're on your journey. Make sure you're on your journey, because then it's not going to suck. You're going to love every moment of it. The whole essence and being, we meant to explore and expand and touch on things and love and learn lessons. They don't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be rude. You don't have to learn from assholes. It doesn't have to be all this negativity. I understand there's a lot of it in the world. You don't have to tell me. But we're going to dedication. We're going to wrap it up. This is Fizz. Sub to the channel. Give me a like. Check out some of my other videos. Tell me your experience down below. Okay. Dedication. When you just put all your time and energy, sex isn't distracting you. Your girlfriend ain't distracting you. The ringtone on your phone ain't distracting you. Other thoughts on your mind ain't distracting you from what you want to be doing in this moment. And you're really loving what you do. It's that simple, and you do it all the time. People are gonna say your shit sucks. People are not gonna people are not gonna like you. People are gonna hate on you. You're gonna have opposition, the media, even your own friends, or maybe even family. Doesn't even matter. That's all drive. All of that is drive. That's all to push you in that direction. That means you're doing something right. It actually, when people dislike you, I got a little goosebumps right there. When people dislike you and don't want you doing things and not listening to you, and I'm not saying you're forcing it upon people, but they don't want to hear your opinion, don't care about you, that's fine. Let them go. Let things go. That's the biggest thing. That's what Jesus and God all want you to do, is let go. Now, you want to hold on to life though. Your physical body, and that needs to be in top-notch shape, which is great. You need to dedicate time to get something out. It doesn't, and it sounds monotone and monotonous, but it's not if you're doing something you like. Because I don't like when people speak usually, because I just don't, doesn't interest me at all. And the way they say it. And then a lot of people are educated, but they've never been through it. I've been through both. I know how it goes. That way I can educate someone and I could show them. That being said, you gotta put time into what you wanna do. And there's I've been talking a lot about productivity, even though this is dedication, because I have a video before this where I talked about something similar, and that's where I kind of came up to this topic. But they're gonna be around the same time. I don't remember. I just recorded it. I don't remember what the name is. Oh, it was 10 to your weaknesses. But your weaknesses play into dedication, which ultimately roll out or fold into your productivity. And these things are all, and then there's frequency. These are all things. Dedication is kind of like frequency. How hard are you doing it? It's better, someone who studies for 2 hours, it's worthless. It's better to pick up the paper and study for 15 minutes 4 times a day than study it 1 time a day for 2 hours. It's going to be too much. The more frequent you do something, it doesn't matter. You're going to be better at it. The more you keep on doing it. The thing is, like me, I'm just a person, when I do something, I do it for hours. I don't usually do something for 15 minutes or 30 minutes. There's nothing wrong with that. You can actually get a lot done doing that way. And it all depends on the type of person you are. Me, I have a super high drive, and I have dedication, and it's been on my mind. That's why I made this video. When we talk about me, like when I stretch, I don't stretch for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm at least probably stretching for an hour. And then I usually go for hours. When I do something, I like to hit it hard. So all the stretching that I'm doing, and there's reasons, because my body's tight. I've worked out my whole life, never really stretched. So there we go. I can become flexible though. But if I stretch out to the maximum, keep putting time in, eventually I'm not gonna have to stretch as much, because my body's gonna be loose. I'm gonna feel good. Then I'm not gonna have to stretch at all, but I'm gonna have so many benefits. I'm gonna be so flexible. I'm gonna feel so good. I'm gonna be so comfortable. And my body won't be tight. It's gonna be relaxed. It's gonna be a whole emotional, physical, whole physiology of the body, and I'm gonna feel good. That's why I recommend. Also, I know I said exercise, but I also recommend stretching. It's way overlooked, and it doesn't gotta be. I'm talking just stretches. It don't gotta be anything difficult, which they're not. It's all basic. So is everything in life. And this is where we're coming to. Some people don't, trust me, it kills me. I distract myself when I stretch that long, but eventually it's not gonna kill me. And also going through some things in my life, but that's just energy issues, but that's fine, because I can push through it. But I'm not saying you should do that, but I'm just saying, like, when I do my things, there is sometimes repercussions. Sometimes I do get tired. Sometimes I never pull things, but you can go too hard, is what I'm saying. Watch your step. Don't push yourself too far. There's got to be a balance between it. But what we're really reaching at inside of the heart of is dedication, putting your time in. I never see anyone talk about this. Me uploading videos, you can go check. I have a video every day. I had a video pretty much every day all last year. I wasn't even feeling good. I was sick, but sometimes I got real sad or didn't have no energy, so I didn't do nothing. And I'm talking about real sad and no energy at all, which I even still filmed all that stuff, and I couldn't even think. That's how crazy it was. And I still put dedication in, and I still was doing other things. Doesn't even matter, because I'm not trying to hype myself up, and I didn't even have any energy, because we can talk about laziness. I'm not even hitting on laziness. That's a whole different thing. We're talking about dedication and how much are you dedicated, because the most person, you write songs every day for 3 years, boom, then eventually you're only gonna have to write a couple songs, and you're just gonna get so much publicity, be as much famous, everyone's gonna remember all your stuff, You're gonna reap so much more benefits when you get that productivity up there. because it's going to reap so much of everything you sow. This is what dedication brings you. A lot of people ain't in it for the long term, they're more for short term. But you want to enjoy it because it's not a journey. You will continue on an expansion of a journey, some like adventure, but it's exactly an adventure. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be hard. They're lying to you, and who everyone says that life isn't supposed to be hard. If life's hard, it's because you're making it, or you're assuming it, or you're calling that, or you're putting that thought in the power of making it hard. It's actually not hard. Life is pretty easy. You just need to gain control of your thoughts and emotions, and boom, you can do whatever you like. A lot of people, because okay, we're not getting that. That's Fizz. Sub to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Check out some other videos. My dedication, I pretty much had a video every day all last year, and I've been releasing videos every day, and I've been recording. I don't record everything I do because I just fucking don't have time to do all this shit, you know, but I do what I can. Like, I wouldn't have time to do everything. There's only specific things I can do. There's only so much stuff I can do sitting down, you know, and I'm working into my own groove and getting my energy back and healing too. So I'm just giving something back, and I know this will help people whether they watch the whole thing or not. But if they do, congrats to you. You will see the truth, because I only speak the truth. I'm not speaking a hypothesis. I'm not speaking opinions. There's no scientific data about this, but there probably is. But it doesn't matter, because I'm talking on my life experience and what I know is true. It's as simple as that. Thanks for tuning in. Have a nice day.